Hey everyone, Jin from TDB here. Denny and I filmed an episode with the 2007 Wistaria Hongyin, and because, as another reminder of me just being a total idiot, I accidentally deleted the video files from my computer. So, unfortunately, I just have the audio files, which I record separately on my phone, to release. And I was originally not going to release it, but one thing that we've been asked a number of times, probably pretty much since the existence of TDB, is to release an audio-only version of our show. So I guess this will be an unintentional trial for that. So please do leave some feedback. I'd be very curious to see if you guys hate it, if you guys actually kind of like it. TDB is not always the most visually stimulating show, so I could understand either way. But yeah, stay tuned and enjoy.
What's up, everybody? It is time for another episode, for real, of TDB.
Yeah, welcome. Episode number 372, for realsies. We are drinking some, what type of tea, Danny?
We're drinking some Pu'erh tea.
Correct answer.
Don't do it again.
Correct answer.
I don't want to go back. Don't take me back.
Don't talk to me about no hibiscus or rooibos.
Rooibos.
Just gonna try to butcher the names as much as possible. Chamomile.
So, we actually are, in honor of our last episode, check it out, one of our more serious episodes about tea. We are drinking some Pu'erh of the raw variety, it appears.
Yes.
What's the dealio?
So,
give me the lowdown.
So, we were just trying to figure out something to drink. So I just pulled one of the first cakes out of my stash, which is the 2007 Wistaria Red Mark.
Cool.
Or if you want to be a fancy pants and use some Chinese, Hongyin, which means Red Mark. And it's a tea from a Taiwanese tea house out there.
Nice.
One of the places I go, and it's a good tea. I like it. I drink it often. That's why it's at the top.
Yeah. Great. Daily driver. And, I saw James breaking the cake apart a little bit. It looked like it was medium compression.
Yeah. It's definitely not at the extremes of either end there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And, what's the age of this guy and gal?
Right. So 2007,
Okay.
It's going into secondary school, into high school. We'll see how it's coming along.
Right. I think should be doing well, given the pecking order of tea fridge-ery.
Yeah. Let's take a smell of that.
Perfect.
Preheating. Denny, have you had much raw Pu'erh lately? That was asked in earnest.
No, not as much. I've been
Okay.
drinking a lot of oolongs recently.
Okay.
Yeah. Roasted oolongs have been great on wet, rainier days. On a day like today, it's been nice. We have a couple days of it's almost spring. I think it's called meteorological spring. My mom told me, shout out Mom, I love you. Anyway, we're having a great couple days here. The green oolongs are just yeah.
Perfect for sort of this getting warmer.
Totally. Like a Baozhong is just it just is yes. And then of course it's gonna be gross out and I'll be like, raw Pu'erh.
Yeah, back to the poo.
Smells great. Smells complex, little hints of currants and stuff like that. Smells like it'll be kind of strong. I'm interested in seeing how it goes in terms of flavor profile in the cup. Quick
Right.
rinse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and notably, Red Mark is one of the very famous classic aged teas. So this is the owner of Wistaria's sort of recreation of that.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Beautiful color. Yeah. It's really cool to see the kind of aged color, spectrum. It's not deep red orange. It'll get maybe a little darker in a couple steepings.
Right. So definitely firmly in that sort of semi-aged category.
Right. This is gonna be hot. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, definitely still a little toasty. Gonna make infusion number 2 while we slowly sip on that.
Yeah, really interesting. Definitely has some bitterness, hints of some sweetness. The sweetness itself is dry almost. It's not like saccharine sweet in any way. I'm trying to kind of pinpoint it. Really juicy already.
Do you find it particularly astringent?
I mean, it's definitely a little bitter, but I wouldn't say it's astringent.
Okay.
Yeah, it has that rock flavor in some sense, but those Wooey oolongs tend to have almost a void of flavors in some ways that this doesn't have. There's a lot more going on, but it's harder to pinpoint. Really interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a wide array of flavors. There's like a little bit of creaminess, a little bit of fruit, fair amount of wood. Definitely firmly in that raw pu'erh category. It doesn't have anything weird, but it just has quite a mix of different things going on.
Yeah, I like there's creaminess, maybe a little bit of like nuttiness, roasted things going on. Hints of fruit, sweetness.
And the I think one of the more remarkable things about this tea is just the strength of that aftertaste, which is really lingering even after just the one cup.
For sure.
Tastes good after physical exertion.
Yeah. So, dude, this surprises me for being a daily drinker.
Yeah, I wouldn't quite call it a daily drinker, but it's something that, I'll have maybe once a month or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, this is like...
a little too complicated.
It's just really, demanding.
Yeah.
I mean, intense.
In some ways, you want your daily drinkers to be a little simpler. It's like... you're not missing out too much if you don't pay 100% attention.
Right.
Yeah, daily drinkers are like if you're paying 64.7% attention.
100%. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that.
Everyone.
Really interesting. And to your point, just really strong lingering flavor. And that was just with one rinse, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is going to be strong, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Cheers. This is like I like that this is a hard tea for me to describe straightforwardly. Obviously bitterness, obviously roastedness, a little bit of creaminess. I really get fall vibes from this, like moist leaves. Moist leaves, fuck. Oh man, like maple leaves that have fallen and are on the ground, and you're going on a walk and you kick them up a little bit. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting.
Right.
Earthy, branchy, fall, bitter.
As opposed to like spring flowers where they're just driving your allergies crazy.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Can't even inhale. We'll leave that in.
Well, let's be real. What does it take for a TDB cut?
I like it though. There is definitely some sweetness here. I get a little bit of that currant thing going on. Hints of some kind of like almost cinnamoniness to it.
I'd say this last brew has a bit more astringency going on. Not in a bad way. It's just a little drier.
Yeah.
And kind of has that sensation.
Yeah. Really juicy. I mean, it's not mouth puckering, but sitting here still experiencing the flavor strongly. Makes your mouth salivate. That's kind of the juiciness of it a little bit.
Right.
Nice body too. It's not super viscous and thick, but also not light. I mean, this feels like a potent tea for every reason. Yeah, definitely strong. It definitely has a bitterness to it.
Yeah, but like not like overwhelming.
Right.
It's not like
drink it.
This is not like the most bitter tea we've had.
Right. It makes me think what it was like when 2 years old.
It was probably stronger.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, and you said 2007 or?
Yeah, 2007.
Okay.
So,
okay.
14 years old.
Yeah. You know, I mean, this tea is good. This tea for me could use more age.
Oh yeah, and I think this tea will continue to improve.
100%. Yeah, and a lot of that complexity that we're noting, I think it's not that it's masked, but it's there. It's just that the bitterness is still quite strong.
Yeah.
So when I say leafy too, in terms of like the fall leaves thing, it's not like it's funky. It doesn't have any like basement taste. It's not.
No. Pretty clean overall.
Right, 100%. Yeah, really interesting. I can tell this is like strong. I don't think I can start my day with this.
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Really nice texture is what I'm picking up on each steep. This is like a nice tea, I feel like, to have in a more concentrated session. It seems like each steep is, it's not like it's a totally different tea each steep, but it changes.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, this is a tea that requires a fair amount of attention. I already feel like affected by it. It's good. This is, okay, so mom test.
Probably not.
No way.
No way.
No way. No way. This is not a beginner's friendly tea.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like fairly abrasive profile.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it.
What about your
mom?
mom?
Our audience would enjoy it. I mean, I don't know. My mom is weird. She's like, she'd be like, I like it just to be her, which is great.
She's like, oh, I heard the other moms didn't like this.
Well, I love it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's just intense. Like, this is a tea that I'd have to be in the right mood for personally, I think, as well. Look at the color on that. It's gorgeous. That brilliant orange. Profile-wise, wow, yeah, it's strong. Almost acrid, a little bit.
Yeah. What about sort of like warming feel to the body? You get much of that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of like pick-me-up energy, psychoactive vibes.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna stay with you kind of tea. And to your point, like, maybe this is a singular session tea. Yeah,
that's kind of why I picked it. It's like, usually we're drinking 3 teas, but due to someone's re-education, we could only do 1 tea today. So
I'm fixed.
so this is also kind of a litmus test to see if someone really understands Pu'erh. So.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, good. I think we're good.
Woo! Really powerful. Continuing to linger. I would say bring this out if you have a friend who's really just like gung-ho. Y'all are vibing, as I say with my friends. We're all vibing, and this is the right state. Because, yeah, I mean, this is the kind of tea that, like, it's a very polarizing tea.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might be burning it a little too strong, you think? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, this tea is just all around really solid. It's got like the good body. It's got nice textures. It changes a little bit steep to steep.
Yeah.
The array of flavors is pretty interesting.
Right.
Yeah, I'm generally a fan of this tea.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a contrasting tea. It has a lot of power, but it has almost a medium light, medium texture. Lots of like deep notes, but again has like a lightness to it, and it's very clean. Certainly powerful, but still has lingering sweetness. So yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I think, like I said, this is kind of a TDB audience tea more so than a hang out with your buddy tea.
Yeah. This is like the DJ pick or whatever. It's like the insiders.
Is that going to be? Comment below if that should be DJ pick.
Yeah.
I like this though. I mean, I'm enjoying the sweetness of it too.
Yeah.
Which is subtle but nice.
And the sweetness really lingers, which is I think one of the marks too. Yeah. For me, I also really like that warming body feel to it. for me, that's really, really nice on like colder days.
Yeah.
Coming a little bit out of that weather, but it's still really comfortable.
Right. And again, so the contrast, very intense, lots of bitterness, but no intense astringency, no mouth puckering. For me, or like slight but not insane. Yeah, tasty. Is this people find this?
Yeah, you can buy this from Wistaria if you go to Taiwan, which you're probably not doing right now, but you can buy it online because they are now selling their teas online.
Nice.
Too. So it's not an inexpensive tea. I think it's somewhere north of 200, 250. So not cheap, but we're talking about like 50, 60 cents a gram. So it's, if that's in your price range, then I think it's a tea I do recommend.
Yeah, and I think this tea will, in terms of just like appreciation, maybe not necessarily monetarily if you don't want to let go of the tea, but purely from a hold on and enjoy this as it evolves perspective, I think this is a great pick. Right. And for the price point at the age that it's at today, with the upside of the complexity that I think will come with age on this, I think you pick this up with the intention of holding on to it for a while and drinking it slowly.
Right.
Like you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not a tea that you're going to want to buy and be like, drink through in a year. I mean, you can if you like the profile, but it will probably continue to get better for a number of years.
100%.
Yeah.
And just, you can, like, to your point, you can drink this once a month and really enjoy it. I mean, the amount of lingering flavor going on is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. If you enjoyed this episode, great. Crazy
subscribe.
Crazy weirdo. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, tdb.org, for tons of written content by the god, the legend.
I don't know about that.
James at TDB. Subscribe, like the video, send this to your mom if you love her, or dad if you love him, or whoever if you love them. Great.
If you don't love them, still send it to them.
Yeah. They
might grow in your heart. You might grow to love them.
Or maybe you do it to punish them.
Yeah, that's true.
Either way, send this to somebody.
We welcome hate watchers. Hate watchers. We see you, we hear you, and go fuck yourself.
And with that, we'll see you guys next time on TV. Peace.